Single po ba kayo? Kailan ba next meeting natin? Lalagyan ko ng twist yung ating attendance next meeting. Bukas. Bukas. Okay, sige. Proceed na tayo. So we have this distributed loads. Ano? So what are distributed loads? So from the words of distributed, okay, kumbaga nag-share yung mga loads natin. Ano yung mga forces natin sa isang length of beam. For example, ayan, continuous along the length of a beam. Okay? For example, due to sacks of concrete, it may be exerted along a line over an area. Example, ayan, continuous along the length. For example, ito yung ating tayo. For example, ito yung ating length, ano? Tapos meron tayong distributed. So merong load dito. Okay? Yung mga load natin sa length of beam. Tapos merong given specific length. Okay? Yung haba ng beam. And then we have the load. Ano ba yung mga load natin? Pwedeng 50 Newton. Ibig sabihin, yung 50 Newton, yung kada load na yan, itong mga to, tig 50 Newton yan na nakadistribute sa kabuuan ng length ng beam. So yun po yung ibig sabihin ng distributed load. So it may be exerted along a line over an area or throughout an entire body. Okay? So we have the load intensity. It is the magnitude of the load per unit length over which it acts. Okay? Ibig sabihin, ang unit na po is pound per foot, pound per Newton meter. Naka-fraction po. Example, 300 pound per foot. Each foot of load represent 300 pound of force. Okay? So yun. Ibig sabihin dito, kung ano mang unit na to, for example, 350, tas itong length natin is naka-meter. Okay? So pag ito dinistribute mo, yung load intensity nito is 50 Newton per meter. Pero kung may given niya na length, let's say 5, okay? O di 5, di 50, okay? E di 50 divided by 5 Newton meter. O ano kung sagot? 10, di ba? 10 Newton meter. So ganyan po yung ibig sabihin ng distributed loads. Okay? So we have three types of distributed loads. Meron tayong uniform, triangular, and trapezoidal. So if we have pag sinabi nating uniform load, okay, it is the distributed load with constant intensity. For example, we have a 400 Newton meter uniform load distributed over 2 meters. It is equal to 800. Parang dito lang yan, guys. So let's say, dito na lang. Sabi diyan sa example, yung uniform load, okay? Ibig sabihin distributed yan uniformly or equal. Kumbaga patas yung pag-distribute ng mga load natin for given as length of a beam. For example, ganyan. Distributed load ulit tayo. Uniform distributed load ulit tayo. Okay? Tapos dito lang nakalagay 400 Newton meter sa unahan lang. Sir, 400 din ba dito hanggang dulo? Yes. Siyempre yun po yung ibig sabihin ng 400. So given daw ay 2 meter. Paano naging 200 yung load? So yung load natin, let's say F na lang. Okay? So yun 400 time 400 yung distributed load natin. times yung distance, no, para makuha yung load, yung intensity. So let's say 2 meter daw yung given. So makakancel yung makakancel yung meter na unit, okay? And then 400 times 2 is equal to 800. Then ang natirang unit po is yung newton. So that is for uniform load. Okay? Next po is yung ating triangular load. Ibig sabihin, shape ng triangle, nakaganyan. Okay? O tapos meron distributed load. Ganyan. Tapos merong distributed load na 300 Newton meter. Tapos ito ay okay, over 2 meter. So dito kaya naging 300 to guys. Ano bang area ng ating triangle? Anong area ng triangle? Anong area po ng ating triangle? Ashley, ano po ang ating area? Can you give an area? Maraming area. Anong alam mong area ng ating triangle?
H height sa B po times base divided by 2 po.
So yun. Ano? Okay, so pwede rin 1/2 base times height. Okay? So ibig sabihin, kung ito yung naka-distribute, itong 300 Newton pababa, so ito yung pwede natin gawing height. So therefore, pwede natin sabihin yung kanyang load is 1/2 yung base na 2 meters times yung height natin na 300 Newton meter. Again, makakancel po yung ating Newton, matitira ay Newton meter pala, sorry, ang makakancel, and then ang matitira ay Newton. So 1/2 times 2 times 300, 300 Newton ang ating load. Okay? Naintindihan? Next po is yung ating trapezoidal load. So distributed load whose intensity varies linearly from a non-zero value to some maximum value can be treated as a uniform load plus a triangular load. So madaling salita, yung equation natin dito sa uniform load, ipa-plus lang natin sa triangular equation ng triangular load. Yun na po yung trapezoidal load. For example, trapezoidal load, ano bang itsura ng ating trapezoid? Di ba pa ganyan? Wait lang. Nare Garni. Ayan. So para malaman, kaya pinagsamang triangle plus distributed, ito kasi minsan pang shape niyan pa ganito, pa rectangle. So dito sa ating trapezoidal load, ibahin natin yung ink. So hahatiin yan. Ito yung ating projection. Di ba ito na yung ating triangular? Itong portion na to na nasa taas, and then itong portion na to na nasa baba. Okay, yung triangular load yung nasa taas, and then yung distributed load yung nasa baba. And then we have yan, tapos meron tayong distributed na nakaganyan. Okay. So pagpaplasin po yung for example, this is 2 meters yung haba. O dito na lang sa taas kasi sige dito na lang. Ayan, 2 meters. And then we have a load of 300, ano? So intensity of 200 and the maximum intensity. So dito yung ating 200 Newton meter, and then ito yung ating 300 Newton meter. Okay? Distributed over 2, yan. So, ganyan po pag yung distributed. Yung trapezoidal. Trapezoidal, ano? Now, sabi dyan, can be treated uniform plus triangular. So, yung sa uniform, yung 200, o yung kaninang ganito, times, yan, 200, ito. Titignan niyo yung na ano ng aking pen. So, ito yon, ito yung sa uniform. Okay? And then yung blue naman, ito yung sa triangular. Okay? So, with a total of 500 Newton. So, ganyan pag trapezoidal, hinahati. And then we add the load for the uniform and the triangular. Okay? Naintindihan po? Questions? Now, sabi dyan, we have equivalent concentrated force. So, it is to determine the resultant of a force system involving distributed load. So, each distributed load may be replaced by its concentrated load as follows. So, ayan, kung makikita nyo, ito po yung dinrawing ko lang. Again, we have the illustration. Ayan. Okay, mas malinaw na illustration aside from my drawing. Kung nagulo ako sa drawing ko, pwedeng ito. So we have magnitude, direction, and location. Okay. So again, this is for the okay, ito yung ating uniform. So this one is our uniform load. Ito. This one is our triangular load. And this one is our trapezoidal load. Okay? So for magnitude, it is equal to area of loading diagram. And for direction, according to the distributed load, it is typically vertically down. Laging pababa yung ating direction ng load. Okay? So location, the line of action passes through the centroid of the diagram. So mamaya, pag yung sinabi natin location, hahanapin natin yung resultant. Okay? So dito din sa distributed loads, meron tayong resultant na hinahanap. So, siyempre, although siya ay distributed, hahanapin natin yung pinaka-sentro, no, ng ating resultant. Kung parang yung ginawa natin ng mga last meeting, di ba? Yung resultant. So, mamaya ma-discuss natin yan. Let's try an example. So, for example, number 1, so convert each distributed load to points at of appropriate magnitude and locate correctly with respect to the left end of the beam. So this is our examples. So given ito yung number 1 ito, example number 1. Okay, dito muna tayo tumingin sa example number 1. So siya ay uniform load. So again, pag uniform load, it multiply lang yung ating given na ito yung ating distributed. Okay? So times 5. So bakit times 5 lang po, sir? Kasi kung titignan nyo, 'di ba, hanggang di nila yung ating distributed load. So, ibig sabihin, yung distance niya from here to here is 2 plus 3. Kaya naging 5 meters po yan. Okay? So, 30 kilonewton at 2.5. So, bakit siya 2.5? Kalahati. Okay? So, let's say ito yung kalahati. So, andito yung kanyang location. Pero hindi pa yung resultant, guys, ha? Hindi pa po yung resultant. Okay, and this for number 2. So this is an example of trapezoidal load. So we have 1. Titignan natin, gluing ko ulit. Titignan natin, ito yung ating projection ng triangular load at saka rectangular yung uniform load. Okay? So kaya naging 1, itong 1, ito. Okay, times yung kabuuan na 9 feet. And then plus, okay, plus yung 1/2, 2. Ba't naging 2? Bakit naging 2 guys? Kasi syempre, itong kabuuan na ito, makinig po ha, take note of this, take note of this. Bakit naging 2 to? Okay? So ito kasi, itong kabuuan na ito ay 3. Tapos nabawasan nung triangular load na 1. So 3 minus 1 is equal to 2. Kasi 'di ba hinati nga natin tong load natin. Okay, ito. Kita nyo yung broken lines na color blue na yan. Yan po yung triangular load, which is ang height is 1 kip per feet. So, syempre, yung ating uniform load therefore is nabawasan na ng isa. So, naging 2 kip per feet na lang times 9. Okay? Nagets po yun kung bakit naging 2? Okay, thank you. Next, number 3. Okay, so for triangular, this one, okay, so ito. So 1/2 times 4 times 9. So hanggang dito lang siya. Okay? And then we have the uniform load. So 1 times 16. So dito lang siya. Okay? So what is for distributed loads? Naintindihan po ba yung first 3 examples natin? Nagets po? Okay. Next, example number 2. So this one. Ano? So meron na siyang solutions. Explain na lang natin. So determine the resultant force of the loads acting on the beam shown. So ito yung ating example, this one. Itong figure na to, ito. Number X. Yes, Parques. Nag-raise
Sir,
ka ng hand.
sorry po, pero pwede pabalik po dun sa unang dalawang example po.
Yan.
Yan.
May question ka ba dyan?
Wala po, na kalimutan ko lang po is i-take note po.
Okay. Sige. Sige, pakikopya muna, guys. Paki-screenshot. Guys, pwede po mag-screenshot ha. Wag lang pong magre-record ng ating klase ha. Baka mamaya kayo naka-record at hindi na nakikinig. Ano? Pwede po mag-screenshot, wag lang pong i-record yung ating klase. Bawal po yun. Pag kayo nalaman ko nakakapag-record, may kalalagyan po kayo. Ano? Intindihan guys, pwede po mag-screenshot ha. Inaalaw ko mag-screenshot ng mga itong module na ginagamit ko. Wag lang pong magre-record. Okay? Okay na po. Sige, okay na. So proceed na tayo. So ito yung ating example number 2. Okay, ito yung kanyang figure. So this is example 2. Ito yung figure niya. So determine the resultant force of the loads acting on the beam shown. So yeah. And specify its location on the beam with respect to point A. So ito yung point A, ito yung point B. So, syempre, yung ang resultant natin palagi, 'di ba? F sub 1 plus F sub 2. Ano? So, kitang-kita natin diyan. So, yung F sub 1 is 1/2 1 times 3. So, bakit po? Okay? Titingnan natin, ito yung ating triangular load. O, color blue ulit. Okay, ito. Ito lang, hanggang di nilaang. Kasi hindi man natin pwedeng hatiin dahil sagad siya sa baba, di ka are? Hanggang dini. So hanggang dini lang po yung ating triangular load. Okay? Ngayon, so 1/2, yung area ng triangle times 1, dito yung 1 natin, ito 1, times 3. This one, yung 3. So we have 1.5 kips. And then yung F sub 2 natin, yun na yung distributed load. So ito na yung kabuuan. Ito naman. Ito. Papalitan ko ng kulay ha. Red. So ito yung ating distributed. Ito rin. Okay. So we have 1 times 2. Ito yung 2. Okay. So we have f sub 1 is equal to 1.5 and we have f sub 2 is equal to 2 kips. Okay. So each of the equivalent concentrated loads, concentrated forces acts vertically downward. So obvious naman. Through the centroid of the associated area of its loading diagram. So as shown in the figure. Ito. Okay. The magnitude of the resultant is, so hahanapin natin yung magnitude ng resultant. Ibig sabihin yung ano yung load niya, ano yung bigat niya. Okay? So, assuming natin lahat ng forces downward dito, ang ginawa, lahat ng forces downward ay positive. Nag-assume. Assumption lang po ito, hindi ito palaging ganun eh. Okay? Assumption lang po are. Okay? Parang yung ginagawa natin sa moment, nag-assume tayo ng clockwise positive, pwede rin naman counterclockwise positive, or pwedeng clockwise negative, or pwede rin counterclockwise ay negative. Ay, puro assumption lang po yung atin. Okay, regardless kung saan nakatutok yung ating force. Ano? So dito inassume na atin ay ang forces downward ay positive. Okay? So ibig sabihin, parang pag may force kasi dito, example muna ha, pag may force kasi dito, limbawa, may ibang problem na may ganito. May nakatutok sa taas. Tapos ito ay let's say 7 kips. Ibig sabihin yung 7 kips na yun guys is negative. Kasi nag-assume tayo na ang lahat ng pababa ay positive. So ibig sabihin pag summation of forces natin ito, titingnan dito sa summation of F sub Y ito is 1.5 plus 2 plus 2 plus 6 kasi kaya lahat po yan ay plus kasi lahat itong tatlong ito ay nakatutok pababa. So paano pag may additional given na 7 kips? O di dadagdagan natin dito since ang assumption natin ang downward force ay positive so therefore ito ay negative 7 kips or minus 7 kips. Ano? O baligtad naman halimbawa ang inassume dito ay lahat ng forces pababa ay negative. So ibig sabihin, lahat ito magbabago. So 1.5 minus 2 minus 6 plus 7. Okay? So ganun lang po mag-analyze kapag distributed loads. Puro vertical forces lang po yung sinasummation natin. Ano? Intindihan? Intindihan po? Okay, so burahin ko na lahat. So tuloy tayo dito sa sample problem. So since ang inassume nga po, okay, para mahanap yung magnitude ng ating resultant, paano naging 9.5? So inassume po na ang ating forces downward ay vertical. So lahat ng vertical forces, lahat ng nasa y ay positive basta pointing downward. So 1.5 plus 2 plus 6 is equal to 9.5. So therefore, ang magnitude ng ating resultant ay 9.5 pointing downward. Sir, paano po pag negative yan? Nag-assume tayo ng ang ating forces ay lahat na pababa ay positive. Eh di ibig sabihin, yung ating resultant ay pointing upward. Okay? Again, sir, paano po pag lahat po ay naging, bawa, may 7 dito. Example, pagpalagay, wait lang. So, ito 9.5. Pagpalagay na minus 11. So, meron tayong given, for example, dito, okay, mayroong 11 kips. So, therefore, maminusan natin to ng 11 kips. So, kung 9, 9.5 minus 11, din kalalabasan, negative 1.5 kips. Ano? So, therefore, ang ating resultant ay pointing upward. Or, pwede rin nyo namang isulat ng final answer na ang resultant is 1.5 kips pointing downward. Kasi in-assume natin ang ating summation of forces vertical ay positive. Mali pala. Baligtad. Upward pala dapat to kasi negative. Kasi ang assumption natin ay downward ay positive. Okay? So may mga cases lang na ganun ha. Basta yun po ay nakadepende sa inyong assumption sa summation of forces. Gets po? Intindihan? Okay. So yun. Example lang yun ha, yung may 11 cubes. Pero stick tayo dito sa sample problem. So obviously, 9.5 yung ating resultant. So paano natin malalaman kung saan nakalocate yung resultant? Hindi naman tayo pwede mag-assume, ay pwede na yun dito sa gitna. Pwede siyang nandito sa dulo, pwede nandito sa gitna, at pwede rin nandito. No, hindi po pwede ganun. Nako-complete po natin. Okay? So location of the resultant, so the distance x sub x bar from point A to the line of action of R may be obtained by equating the moment of R about point A to the sum of the moment of forces about point A. So para mahanap yung location natin ng ating resultant, pag-moment po tayo dito. Okay? Alam natin ang moment, di ba? So, summation. So, ang in-assume dito guys is summation of clockwise, rotation of clockwise natin ay positive. Okay? So, yung resultant na 9.5 times yung x bar, ito, is equal to, so, dito siya, iikot siya dito. Ito yung ating resultant about point A, ano? So, clockwise, okay? So pag ganun yung ating ikot, so positive 1.5. So dito, from here to here, positive. Okay? Kasi kung pa-upward yung ating 1.5, magne-negative yan. Kung yung 1.5 keeps natin, kung pataasan ang direction yan, magne-negative yan. Pero since downward yung ating 1.5, okay, ito, pag ganun din, okay, about point A, positive. So times yung perpendicular distance, which is 2, this one, plus. So obviously, kung positive lahat ng downward natin, ng positive na lahat ito. So positive 2, moment siya about point A, times yung perpendicular distance niya. So from here to here. So 2 plus 1 is 4 feet. Plus yung isang force. Okay, this one, 6. Okay, times 7. So 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2 is 7. So therefore, makukuha natin yung x sub bar which is 5.58 feet. So saan ba yung nakalocate? So kung ito ay 5, ano? Tapos dito pag plus 2 ay 7. So yun, let's say andito siya. Kaya na siya nandiyan. So dito yung ating resultant force nakalocate. Kung ito ay 5, kung ito ay 5, di ba? 2 plus 3, 5 feet na ito. So yung 0.68, kung ito ay pag magpa-plus to pa, this plus 7 na, dito pag minute na mo na, di maging 6 na. So let's say andito yun. Okay? So that is your location. X bar is equal to 5.8. 58 feet. Intindihan po? Questions? Okay, o sige, pakikopya muna. Okay, nakapya na po ba? Sige, proceed na tayo. Next. So, equilibrium. Okay? So, when we say equilibrium, no, so it is a state of balance. No? Equal, yung equilibrium, yung equal, lahat ng forces equate natin sa zero when we say it is in equilibrium. Static and dynamic, translational or rotational. So conditions for static equilibrium when the object is at rest. So ibig sabihin, pag hindi nagalaw yung object, wala, zero yung kanyang velocity. Wala siyang speed. Ano? At rest nga eh. Okay? Hindi gumagalaw. Okay? And the resultant or net force is zero din. So summation of forces, lahat ng forces is equal to zero. Therefore, that is in static equilibrium. And there is no net torque or moment. Ano? Summation of moment of forces, okay, is equal to zero. So that is for conditions for static equilibrium. Okay. So what are the conditions of equilibrium? So first we have the first condition, we have the translational equilibrium. So okay. So to maintain the translational equilibrium in a body, the vector sum of all concurrent forces acting along the x and y axis must both be equal to zero. So pag magsasummation of forces tayo, summation of forces vertical, summation of forces horizontal, okay, i-equate po natin yan sa zero. Okay? Second condition is the rotational equilibrium. So a body will be in rotational equilibrium when the algebraic sum of clockwise torque and counterclockwise torque about any point in the body is equal to zero. Okay? It must satisfy all the following equations. Summation of forces x. Pag nagmo-moment tayo, summation of moment, okay, summation of moment, dito yan. Summation of moment, assuming clockwise positive, okay, summation of moment about a point, let's say point A is equal to 0. Summation of, pwede ring summation of moment, assuming clockwise is, counterclockwise is positive, nag-moment ka sa panibagong, O, for example, moment po, equate lang natin yan sa 0. Okay, so ganun po pag sinabi nating equilibrium. So sample problem we have here. So 3 kilogram object is suspended by two light inextensible string. So yan. The string makes 30-degree and 40-degree with the horizontal. Find the tension in each string. So tension, di ba pag sinabi nating tension, limbawa, nagtatag of war kayo, di ba? Ibig sabihin, salungat yung hila nung kabila, yung team A sa team B. So ibig sabihin, may tension dun sa gitna. So dito, mapapansin nyo yung tension, dito yung string natin, andito yung tension niya. Siyempre, okay, merong humihilang force pababa or merong humihilang weight pababa. So therefore, dito sa string na to, let's say this is string A and this is string B. So therefore, meron tayong tension A, magkakaroon tayo ng tension A at magkakaroon tayo ng tension B. And there we have here the weight. No? Okay? Ayan. So pag in-FBD natin yan, di ba? Tanda pa ba si FBD or yung ating free body diagram? So pag in-FBD natin yan, dito na lang para sa may solution. In-FBD natin tong ating figure, magiging ganito yan. So meron tayong tension papunta rito, meron tayong tension papunta rito, this is tension A and this is tension B, tapos may weight tayo pababa, which is, anong sukat? 3 grams. So meron din dito. Tapos this one is our, merong angle dito na 30, 40. Ayan. So summation of forces X is equal to 0. So let's say ito yung ating T sub A. So lahat ng forces X, lahat ng forces horizontal. Ano? So tension A, this one, is cosine 30 minus. So bakit po minus? Ang inassume po dito is, ayan, ang inassume po dito is lahat ng forces pakanan or forces going to the right is positive. So since yung ating T sub B, this one, T sub B, is going to the left, so kasalubong niya magiging negative. So kaya naging T sub A minus T sub A cosine 30 minus T sub B cosine 40. So since naka-equate yan sa 0, so sinimplify, so this one, sinimplify lang, okay? So we have yung pinaka-tension is equal to T sub B over T cosine 30 is equal to 223.99. Now, yung ating dito sa summation of forces Y or sa summation of forces vertical, assuming the force is going upward is positive. It's equal to 0. So T sub Y or yung T sub AY, kasi ito yung may T prime kasi guys, based sa ating figure, yung T sub B na ginawa natin. Ito. Equal minus M sub G. Bakit? Ito kasing weight natin, di ba pinaka-vertical yan? Di ba tanda yung sa resultant, pag mismo nakalapat dun sa axis, walang angle yon, di ba? So automatically, isang force lang yon. So bakit M times G, sir? So syempre, kung matatandaan natin yung units natin, di ba yung force kailangan naka-multiply sa gravitational acceleration. Diba? So since meron tayong kilogram, ano yung ating gravitational acceleration na tinanong ko sa inyo dati? Ano yung G? So kung ito ay 3 kilogram, o saan siya i-multiply times yung G natin, yung constant gravitational acceleration. Yes? Rafael?
Times 9.8 po ata yun. 9.8.
9.81 meters per second squared. So kaya naging, so 9 times 3 is 27. So ito magiging 27. Ano magiging unit ito? Kilogram times meters per second squared is, lumot na agad. Kilogram times meters per second squared is what? Yes, Clark.
Newton po, Newton.
Newton. Very good. Okay, so magiging 27 newtons na yung ating weight pababa. So kaya ito yon. Ito yung 27 na kinumpute natin, ha. So 0 is equal to T cosine 40 over cosine 30 sin 30. So sinimplify lang siya, guys, ha. Ito na yung, bakit may cosine 30? Tama. Bakit y? Bakit cosine? Substitution equation 1 to T. Ito kasi, ito yung equation 1. Nilagay siya dito. Sinubstitute siya dito. Okay? So magiging, kaya pala may cosine dito, guys. Okay? Kaya pala may cosine. Ulitin ko, ha. So 'di ba meron tayong na dito na equate ito. This equation. Sinubstitute siya dito. So syempre alam natin na T sin 30, okay, ito. At dito, okay. Plus yung T sub A, ito yun. Kasi ito yung T sub B natin. Sin 40. Ito, nasa Y na kasi tayo. Minus ito, yung pababa. Now, meron tayo na equate dito na value ng T sub A. So, sinubstitute lang siya dito. Okay? So, kaya naging T prime cosine 40 over cosine 30 times yung ito. Kaya nakaparenthesis siyang ganyan. Okay? Plus yung T sin 40 minus yung M times G natin. Ngayon, simplify. Cosine over cosine. Cosine, ba't nagkaroon ng tangent? Kung babalikan natin yung ating trigonometric identities, okay, kaya naging tangent ito, okay, recall nyo guys yung ating trigonometric identities. Nag-trigo na ba kayo? Okay. Net lang. Nahanap ko yung identities para mas magets natin yung ano. Ayun. Okay, so cosine 40. Alam natin na ang from trigonometric identities na ang tangent theta, okay, tangent theta is equal to sine theta over cosine theta. So kaya naging tangent ito, minultiply to dito, okay? Kaya naging sine, diba ito naka-fraction, kaya ito naging sine 30 over cosine. Ito. Sine 30 siya, so magiging tangent 30 na siya. Kaya siya naging tangent 30 kasi sine 30 divided by cosine 30. Kaya naging tangent 30 to. From trigonometric identities, please take note. Okay? So yun, kaya naging naging tangent 30 from trigonometric identities. Now, so we have t prime cosine 40 times yung tangent 30 plus t prime sine 40 minus m sub g. So ito, nilipat to doon. Kasi since naman ito 0, itong mg natin nilipat dito sa kabilang side. Okay, so from negative, tinranspose mo sa kabila, magiging positive. So kaya naging positive m times g ito. Is equal to t cosine, o finactor out yung t prime kasi same lang naman sila nung variable. So finactor out, so cosine 40 times tangent 30 plus sine 40. So yan yung ginawa natin dito. This is sinubstitute na yung value, finactor out ulit yung t prime, okay, nilipat sa loob yung m sub g. So 3 times 9.81 divided by cosine 40 tangent 30 plus sine 40 is equal to 27.12. Nakuha na yung value ni t prime. So pwede naman by triangular method. So ginamit natin triangular method, we're gonna use sine law para makuha yung value ni t. Okay? $70, $50, 90 minus 60. Okay, questions po? Okay, pakikopya muna kung walang questions. Ha? Almusal nga, P6. P6. Alas 7.
Yung module natin.
Anong module natin? Sa P6 to?
Yung module ng P6.
Oo, pero ito yung dati pa nung kinasalwin pa. Wala akong material, di arin na.
Hindi pinagamit ko.
May P6 ka rin?
Oo, oh, summer.
Ayaw nga pala, no? Pares nga pala tayo. Okay, questions po. So, sige, 8:12 na rin naman. So, di ko na isasagad. So, tuloy na lang natin ito bukas. Okay, so dito po tayo natapos sa equilibrium. Nakapya na po ito, itong solutions. Okay na, pwede nang tanggalin. So, tuloy na lang natin ito bukas. Online pa rin naman tayo bukas. Ayan.